Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, Internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. And this is a wonderful little webpage that the good people over at Thunder Labs pulled together. They hit me up and they emailed me out of the blue with this webpage pretty much completely done, like 95% done. And they were just like, hey, we basically took nearly every review you did from 2010 until now. We gathered all the scores and all the genres, and we basically put it into a series of graphs and data collection displays so you could just kind of see how everything kind of has come together over the years, which is kind of crazy. The link is down there in the description box. Of course, it is statstano.com. And we're just going to check out some of the stats over here and just kind of see what's going on. So let's see. First, we have these rating distributions from 2010 to 2014. The graph over here goes up to 250, which the closest we get to there is like 2015, which is weird because I feel like I've been reviewing more and more and more music. To think that I reviewed less in 2016 than I did in 2015, I would have to go back and sort of look at all those reviews, but almost like 250 reviews of albums in 2015, which is nuts. And to all of these reviews together are well over 2,000 reviews. So it's crazy to think that I've done over 2,000 album reviews at this point. We could also go back and count the 2009 reviews, but they've all been deleted at this point, unfortunately, because they all had song clips in them, and I was getting DMCAs off of them, and it was just a hassle. But as we can see, we do have reviews over here that are sort of NA. I imagine maybe those are reviews where I have no score or they are not good reviews. We have 0 out of 10s. We go up to 1 out of 10s and then all the way to 10. As you can see, there's only 3 10s in 2012. That was Death Grips. 2014, that was Swans. And then in 2015, that was Kendrick Lamar. And we have a pretty healthy distribution of score numbers over here. They look mostly positive, though. People sort of stereotype me as being pretty negative. Maybe in 2015 I was more negative. It looks like I gave out quite a few 5s. Looks like a lot of, or maybe those are 6s, I think. Yeah, I think a lot of 5s and 6s went out that year. But let's move on from here. This is an interesting graph, and now we have there's a little bit of a pie chart over here, sort of categorizing all of the genres I've reviewed. We have electronic, classics, hip hop, rock, pop, loud rock, other. So that could be jazz, folk, really anything. Electronic. As you can see, the lion's share, or rather a plurality, I guess, is hip-hop reviews. And that's really kind of because the genre has really become the musical zeitgeist since I started reviewing. And honestly, it's what I get the most requests for. I do get a lot of people asking me, like, why do you review so much rap? Why do you review so much rap? Like, you guys request so much rap. Like, I'm really kind of here fulfilling a lot of the requests that you guys throw at me. And a lot of what you guys request is rap music. Let's move on from there. Yeah, we looked at these genres reviewed. Most controversial reviews. Okay, this is like the like-dislike ratio over here. Weekend House of Balloons, almost 3,000 dislikes, a 0.34 dislike ratio. We have Hiatus Coyotes, Choose Your Weapon, 1,500 dislikes, a 0.38 like-dislike ratio. Of course, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy from Kanye West, 10,000 dislikes. Damn. And it's not even one of my most viewed reviews, but it is one of my most infamous reviews. 0.38 like-dislike ratio. Steven Wilson's The Raven Refused to Sing. I really do not care for that record. It's a 0.40 like-dislike ratio. And also, oddly enough, J. Cole's 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I know I don't think the album is as amazing as a lot of people do, but I don't think it's a terrible record. On the whole, I think J. Cole gets a lot of unfair hate, even though, I do like to break his balls a little bit every once in a while. And that's a 0.44 like-dislike ratio. So these are my most controversial, sort of most disliked reviews over the years. So I guess kind of keep that in mind. Now, views by year. Now, 2017 seems a little low, even though I'm pretty sure I've had more views this year on the whole than I did last year. Although last year I did really kind of kill it when List Week came around, but List Week is still yet to happen. So, we are about to hit a point this year where we are going to get some of the biggest sort of views drivers for me come toward the end of the year when List Week pops up. So even though this seems a little low, keep in mind that 2017 is not over and List Week is yet to happen. So 2017 so far is sitting, it looks like this is, what is this, by millions? 0, 0, 0, yeah, 0, 0, 0. So what is that, 40 million in a year? Is that 40 million? Is that what that says? 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 40 million. So almost 40 million last year. We had 37 million views last year. So far this year, we have 33 million. So I know that's going to tie up by the time this month is over. So by the time this month is over, we'll be at 37 million. And then List Week is going to come and we're going to blow past that, maybe even get over 40 million this year. And weekdays posted, usually on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Sort of on Saturdays, not really on Sundays, although that has changed a lot this year with the sort of best and worst tracks videos becoming more and more of a regular thing. And now we have sectioned out over here my most watched reviews. This is good. Kendrick Lamar, 2.4 million. Kanye West, Life of Pablo, 1.8 million. Kendrick Lamar, Damn, with 1.7 million. Frank Ocean with 1.2 million, really good record. And Tyler, the Creator, Wolf, and also my Flower Boy review is getting close to 1 million as well. Pretty proud of that review, and I love that record as well. And average ratings by playlist. Oh, here's an interesting one. Okay. And even though these graphs seem like there's a big difference between them, keep in mind that the average here is 6.0 to 6.8. So on average here, we're not talking about like a big number difference. But here we have rock on average sitting at like 6.2. Hip hop sitting at a 6.1. So not really that big of a difference. Pop sitting at like a 1.5 or something. Electronic music are hanging around a 6. Loud rock is over a 6.8, almost a 7, and other a little bit higher as well. I do kind of have an explanation for this, though, because most of what you guys asked me to review is rock and hip-hop and pop music. I usually find myself in a position where I end up having to review some releases in those genres that I don't really care for all that much. And as a result, this average is probably slightly lower. Whereas loud rock, a lot of the releases in sort of metal and extreme metal genres are not the most popular of the year, unfortunately. And as a result of that, when I do end up reviewing something in the style, it's usually something that I kind of want to review as opposed to something that you guys are demanding that I review. So, typically I'm pretty much reviewing whatever it is I like and care for in that style, though obviously it's not making that huge of a difference because we're only talking matter of decimals over here in terms of like average score difference. But still, I could see the loud rock number being a bit higher because typically when I'm reviewing a loud rock release, it's because I really want to review that thing. And I'm pretty much reviewing it because I like it, not necessarily because it's been demanded of me or anything like that. Over here, as I said earlier, they've gathered 2,400 total reviews, which is kind of crazy to think that many freaking reviews. I've done that many freaking reviews. And my average score is 6.25. Relatively positive, not so negative. I'm not as negative as some people make me out to be, I don't think. Although, over here, average Pitchfork rating apparently as of 2016, or maybe within the year 2016, is 7.19. So Pitchfork on the whole a little bit more average, a little bit more positive than me, I guess. Average views per video. I'm trying to bring this up. There it is. Average views per video 109,000, which is a little higher than I would have assumed it to be. Though I guess they only counted the reviews, and it says the total views on all the reviews toward the very bottom of the page that they showcased here. You can't quite see it on the screen, but it says 182 million views on all the reviews that they sort of gathered together for this little stats page. But yes, these are my stats, y'all. These are my stats. Visualizing the needle drop. Thank you, Thunder Labs. The needle drop has been visualized. Again, they just sort of hit me up out of the blue with all these ratings and this whole page and everything. Like, they're not paying me to do this or anything like that. This is just like them out of the good of their hearts, the love for my channel, and I guess their passion for numbers and statistics and raw data, kind of pulling all this together. And again, I'll link this down there in the description. You guys can check all this out for yourself. It's pretty cool that they were able to pull all of this together in such a neat, clean, aesthetically pleasing little stats page. It's sort of fun to see how the channel has grown over the years and sort of see that, some of the biases that some people assume that I have, some of the negativity that people, assume that I have doesn't really bear out when you look at the data. Sure, you're seeing some differences here, but we're talking about variations in decimal points. It's like on average, pretty much all these genres are landing sixes when you take all my scores and sort of, average them out. But 6.25. And I feel like this could be lower if I had to review more stuff that I hated. I feel like this isn't necessarily representative of music on the whole. Although this could be higher if I was able to review more things that I like, and everything that I do like, I end up trying to fit into my review schedule. I certainly do. But I feel like if I was forced to only review stuff that I wasn't interested in, this I could see this average score being much lower. I guess keep in mind this score, while it is, slightly above sort of that indifference breaking point for me, because to me a 5 is indifferent. Anything past a 5 is positive. Anything under a 5 is negative. It is certainly, the number is certainly influenced by, by my personal choices to review certain things that I know I'm going to like, that I want to turn you guys onto, to kind of curate to you guys. And of course, just generally, you guys recommend me good stuff too. You're not often recommending me stuff that's total trash or anything like that. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Again, you can check this out over at statstano.com. The link is in the description. Thanks for checking out these stats with me. Leave a comment down in the comments if you have some thoughts. Sorry if I've thrown a bunch of you-knows into this video. I've kind of been just doing this off the cuff. And, I haven't been thinking about everything that's sort of plopping out of my mouth, and I apologize for that. If I've been using a lot of crutch words, over here next to my head is another review that you can scope, or you can click on the link to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Forever.